Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
This is MykonosFan, and welcome to Learning to Love PlayStation. Today I wanted to touch on a game that I feel doesn't get enough attention. Klonoa, Door to Phantomile. Released in 1998 for the first PlayStation by Namco, I imagine the game got overlooked for sporting sprite-based characters on a kinda weird 2.5D gameplay environment. 3D was coming into its own, and who wanted to go back to that dinky old 2D? Well, I imagine anyone that gave Klonoa a shot realized that they did. The game did well critically in all parts of the world, but really only saw financial sales in Japan, being one of the highest selling games when it came out. Klonoa is considered a cult classic, and I'm hoping that if you haven't played it, or have heard of it before now but never really acted on that, hopefully I can convince you to give it a shot. The story behind Klonoa is dreams. Influence came from that feeling of waking up and knowing you had a dream, but not being able to remember what happened in it. Klonoa, a very stylized cat thing with Pac-Man on his cap, finds a ring in the woods housing a spirit named Hupo, and the two become fast friends. In the legend of Phantomile, no one can remember their dreams, but Klonoa can remember his vivid dreams of an airship crashing into a nearby mountain. And what do you know, soon an airship crashes into a nearby mountain. Yeah. The game was intended to have a more cinematic style compared to other platformers of the era, and throughout the game you'll be treated to proper cinematics and dialogue boxes and stages to help further a narrative. For this instance, I don't want to spoil the plot. I'll only say that it's surprisingly emotional for such a bright and charming game. And speaking of bright and charming, man, Klonoa's art style is very appealing. This game just makes me think Nights into Dreams, and if you know me, you know that's one of my favorite Sonic Team titles. While the music is nothing I can remember to hum quite outside the game, it's also very nice. So how's the gameplay in this game, you might ask? Quite good! Klonoa works interestingly in that you can grab your enemies and toss them to give yourself a higher jump, or as an attack to hit other enemies or things in the foreground and background. It's quite a unique style that instantly clicks. The levels are laid out with multiple paths, encouraging healthy, relaxed exploration, and the worlds of Klonoa are just a joy to traverse through. While it is a simple game, it's so tightly polished that it's hard to get hung up on that fact. Now, there's a rather noticeable difficulty spike with some bosses, particularly the final one, and I believe there's an unlockable challenge level if you've collected enough doodads in the game, but on the whole, Klonoa reminds me of some of the best Kirby titles. I wanted to keep this video short, and truthfully, I played Klonoa right after the Spyro games with the intent to cover it in the series, but I always kind of stopped to ponder how best to do it. I wanted to sing its praises and convert anyone who hadn't played it, but I didn't really want to oversell the game either. But look, if you enjoy unique platformers that you just don't see in today's market, head to your PS3 and grab Klonoa. There is also a Wii remake, but I haven't played that one. I've heard good things about it, though. Hey, but look, just play Klonoa. You'll be glad you did. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Learning to Love PlayStation.